Rob has been working in the family business with his father, mother and two brothers since he left school. The business imports bed linen and towels from manufacturers in India and China and supplies them to the hotel trade. The business supplies a range of designs of varying quality. Some designs are bespoke for specific hotel chains. The business guarantees that its manufacturers it buys from pay their workers a fair wage and do not employ child labour. The family often visits the factories regularly to check conditions. The textiles used in manufacturing are from sustainable sources, and the business has certification from Oikotex, confirming that it meets the requirability standards of sustainability. There is a showroom, but much of the business is operated online, where customers order the supplies they need and have them delivered. Rob enjoys working in a successful business but would like to set up his own. He wants to use his experience but does not want to put himself in competition with his family's business. Many of Rob's friends went on to university from school, and Rob remembers them setting off at the start of their first year to the halls of residence or student housing, loaded up with all the household goods they needed, as well as books and clothes. It has given him an idea for a business. Rob's idea is to supply linen packs for students that contain a duvet cover, pillow, pillowcases, sheet and towels to be delivered right to the student residence. He believes he can supply these at a reasonable price. They'll be popular. For the research, Rob has identified there are some companies supplying linen packs to students either directly or through universities, but they do not offer much choice of colour or design, and most students at universities are not aware of the service. Rob feels that, as there is a year-on-year increase in the number of students going to university, there is room for a new supplier in the market. He could offer a small but varied range of modern designs that will appeal to students. Many of the existing companies offer white hotel-style bedding and towels. Rob knows from his own friends that they want to brighten up their students' rooms. Having coloured and patterned textiles is one way of doing this. He plans to source products from easy care fabrics that are easy to wash and don't require ironing. Rob also thinks it would be an advantage to use his family's manufacturing contacts to provide linen and towels that are ethically sourced and manufactured from sustainable fabrics. The textile industry is one of the most polluting industries in the world, and Rob feels his ethical, sustainable approach would appeal to many students and give him an edge over his competitors. Rob has initially approached 2 universities close to his family's business showroom. They have agreed to promote his product to new students on their website and provide a link to Rob's website. Rob plans to start his business this year by supplying the 2 universities and expand to other universities in the future. Rob knows that his experience in the family business will help him. His main role in the company has been working with manufacturers to source sustainable and ethical products. However, when he first began working in the business, he spent time in each department, so he has a good overview of how it works. He also has the support of his family, and while the new business venture will be his, they'll be able to give him advice. He has least experience in administration and accountancy, but he knows these areas are critical to any business. Rob has found premises at a reasonable rate close to the main student area of one of the universities. There is a small office space and a sizable store that he can use to store goods before delivering. When he expands to other universities, he thinks he will use a reliable courier service, but in his first year he plans to buy a second-hand van. Rob plans to manage the buying side of the business himself and will also be in main contact with universities. Customers will order through the website or on the telephone, so it's important that these channels are properly managed and that someone deals with the warehouse and deliveries. Simon, a friend of Rob's from school, will manage the administration and accounting functions and help with answering the telephone and dealing with customers' queries. One of Rob's brothers manages these areas in the family business and has agreed to act as a mentor. In addition, Rob will create 2 new jobs, an office assistant and a warehouse/delivery person. Rob believes that the success of his new business depends on the flexibility of his staff, so although each staff member will have their own role, he plans to make sure that each spend time in other areas of the business so they build up a good knowledge of how it works. Rob wants to be independent as far as possible and has decided to finance the business through a bank loan and a piggy bank his own savings. He has prepared a cash flow and a business plan for the bank, which has agreed to the loan and overdraft. These will cover the cost of the van, fixtures and fittings, a computer system and the other business expenses. He will save money by using the software that has been developed by his family to make online sales and take payments.